Hey guys, Nolan from 4Player Network, and it's Christmas time, and I guess some of the guys from the site were feeling a little, I don't know, generous or something, and a bunch of them, they sent me some letters. I guess, I don't know, talk about games or something. So I have one here from Nick. Let's see what he wrote. Oh, it's a nice little, like, postcards. So it says, Dear Nolan, Nintendo has long been a beacon in the gaming industry.
A shining example of how games can be fun, lighthearted, and family-friendly. Pikmin, a game about commanding an army of adorable alien bugs on a planet littered with flavored fruit juice, is a no-brainer. It is overwhelmingly charming, upbeat, and an absolute joy to play, especially on the Wii U. When I play this game, I can't stop smiling. So why is it that whenever you pick up a controller for a friendly game of bingo, I can't help but die a little inside? You have turned a game that is normally a game of chance into a nerve-wracking clusterfuck, complete with sweat, screaming, and a more than unhealthy share of cursing. What should be a leisurely romp through the world of Pikmin, attacking cute, villainous monsters and hauling giant fruit back to the spaceship as we both laugh and occasionally high-five each other, has become a race against the clock and a vicious attempt to sabotage each other before we are able to successfully complete a row on the bingo card. The damage you do to my Pikmin army just moments before delivering a piece of fruit is unfair, hateful, and I'm sure not the way Nintendo intended for the game to be played. What's worse is that you say nothing as you mutilate my group of Pikmin that I sent back to the ship. I'm halfway across the map, seeking out more fruit, smiling like an idiot while you focus your efforts on crushing my dreams. By the time I realize what's happening, my Pikmin have been slowed down long enough for you to complete a row in the card and send me into another wave of anger and frustration. Two emotions I shouldn't be feeling while playing a game as goddamn adorable as this. At this point, I have lost so many games that the youthful innocence of this game has been completely lost on me. The start of a match sends me on a path of destruction. My blood pressure rises, and I become focused on crushing my opponent, completely oblivious to the light-hearted fun that I used to have with the game. But to no avail. Nolan, you are the worst, and Nintendo agrees with me. Your frenemy, Nick.
Well, Nick, I didn't realize you felt that way. It's just Pikmin to me. I didn't realize that it was so competitive. I mean, I guess when I play it, I see the goal and I go for it. I mean, there's the ability to attack your friends, but I mean, I guess sorry. Well, let's check out this letter from Carlos. I guess it doesn't even say to Nolan; it just says Carlos on it. That's Brolos. Um, it is a receipt from HEB. It's a grocery store around. He wrote a letter to me on a receipt. Okay, it says, Dear Nolan. The no in Nolan stands for No, Nolan, stop. Why? You
Fire it
fire
up,
us.
and I'm thinking we're in for an evening of fun. But no. It's actually a dick measuring contest, and we're gonna be using the game as a ruler. I mean, I'm talking about Battleblock Theater. You know, the game's pretty cool. It's colorful. It's got this silly, childish humor. It's got pretty cool music. And even when the little dudes climb up and down stairs, you know, they make this little sound, like... Kind of sounds like the springs on a bed as you fuck me in it, to be honest. I mean, for you, it's about 100% winning and 0% fun. But in the end, you're not really winning. You're not. I mean, why are you the way that you are? I hate so much about the things that you choose to be. But it's okay, because you suck at The Last of Us multiplayer. Yep.
Well, I didn't realize you found Battleblock so competitive, I guess. I just thought it was a fun, kind of game. I mean, I guess I do like multiplayer games, and Battleblock's fun to kind of, yeah, it's goofy. I mean, I didn't mean to make you feel that way, and I'm not a noob at Last of Us, Brolos. I am not. I'm good. There seems to be a bit of a pattern with these letters, but I have one from Brad, and it says Tenoli. I mean, that's lighthearted. He can't be bad. He wrote his letter on post-it notes. Post-it notes. Okay. From Brad, it says, to whom it may fuck off. What the fuck, Nolan? Divekick?
Even fucking Divekick? A fighting game that started as a joke. Pros played it at tournaments for laughs. It's a game where all you can do is jump and kick, and a single hit kills you. It was a joke turned into a larger game with characters who are also a bunch of in-jokes. So how come when we play this, you seem to be winning more than everyone else? In Divekick, a game where you jump and kick. Is it because you're great at fighting games? Is it because you are better at games where you jump and kick? No, it's because you fucking want it more than anyone else. We all get together to have a good time and laugh and play silly games, but you want to win. You need to win in a game where you just jump and kick. Then you pull off some bullshit special move, and we all ask how you did it. Oh, I don't know, I just hit buttons. Fuck that. You knew what you did, fucker. Every time you knew what you did. And you know, whatever fucking bullshit character you picked is secretly the most bullshit character in the game. Oh, what does this guy do? He does cheap bullshit, Nolan, and you know it. I swear to fuck, I know you secretly research these games online before we play. I bet you scour message boards looking for the most bullshit, cheese-tastic strategies just to ruin our lives. And then when we play, you just sit there with your turd-sucking grin. Oh, I don't know. Like you have no fucking idea why you are so easily killing us. But we know, Nolan. We all know. We are on to you in your sneaky, sneak fuck ways. We know you practice Divekick for hours in secret, because how else could you become so much better at such a random game? You did it. I know it. You know it. We all know it. Thanks, Nolan. Thanks.
Brad, I don't practice at fighting game. Like, I don't... It's just a game. I mean, sometimes when I do a combo or something, I literally don't know. That's why when you see me playing the games, I'll do a move once and I'll never do it again. Because it is just luck. It's blind luck. I mean, it's you jump and you kick. It's simple. It's, I don't know, maybe faster reflexes. I don't know. I mean, it's... I don't do research. I don't have time. It's just a game. Aha! Crispy. Crispy, always positive things to say. Crispy, best buds. Nothing can go wrong. What's Crispy have to say? He says, Nolan, this has to stop. You're ruining what should be the best multiplayer experience I've ever had.
Why do you do this, Nolan? Why do you twist a fun little game into a cage of sorrow and anguish for me? You know, to be sure, we've shared some laughs and marveled at some truly close calls together, but mostly what I remember is the rage, the consuming realization that your audaciousness is simply and utterly boundless. I've been playing Assassin's Creed multiplayer with you since it was first introduced in Brotherhood. Back then, I could never have imagined what a competitive Assassin's Creed experience could be like, but my doubts quickly melted away into pure elation. Sure, it was a bit rocky at first, but such things are to be expected from a unique asymmetrical experience such as this. It always takes time to iron out the wrinkles, plug the leaks as it were. And Assassin's Creed's multiplayer's focus on quality of kills over quantity meant that death was an inevitable part of even the most successful performances. Even so, I, like everyone else, would occasionally experience a death I couldn't quite account for. Had there been some sort of lag in the connection? Was there some tedious mechanic governing player interactions that I was unfamiliar with? Why, I would ask, why did I just die? I was so careful. I played that encounter to the best of my abilities, and yet that other player, in a split second, had somehow come out on top. At first it was easy to shake off. Dem's the brakes, or that's the way the cookie crumbles, I'd tell myself. I'd just put the death out of my mind and soldier on. And yet the more I played with you, the more it seemed to me that you, Nolan, you, more often than not, were the benefactor of these haphazard encounters. You, killing me even though I could swear I threw a stun before you launched your kill. You, stunning me seemingly at random when I had been so careful on my approach. You, emerging unexpectedly from a hay bale to ruin my schemes. You, snickering as my screen suddenly went green and wavy with poison. I never even noticed you in the crowd, and yet you always seem to know when I'm near. Well, your character was moving kind of funny, you might posit, or you were just walking a little too straight towards me, when I hadn't really been. I mean, seriously, how could I have played that any more casual? He's just lucky, I tell myself. He just made a lucky guess, and is retroactively trying to tack on some sort of deductive prowess, when in truth, it had been much simpler than that. It's not that he's better than me, I would reassure myself. He's not better than me. And yet this farce would carry on. Always you, everywhere I turned. Always a courtesan, or an independent bearing the moniker Infamous Nolan. It haunts me, Nolan. To this day, I'm rarely more tense than when I'm up against you. And as much as I love you as a friend and colleague, as a rival assassin, I hate you. I hate you like a man starving to death hates the smiling faces in a Norman Rockwell painting of a family sitting down to Thanksgiving dinner. I hate you like a nail hates a hammer. I hate you like the restless souls of the dead hate the living. I hate you as the Templar hates the assassin. But ultimately, I hate myself for allowing you the satisfaction of my anguish. Your contemptuous nemesis, Crispy.
You know what, Crispy? That's not my problem. It had to have been lag. I don't know. I saw you. I locked onto you. I attacked. I mean, we had fun in the Wolfpack modes, right? When we were on the same team, that was fun. Teaming up. Well, you don't have to worry anymore because Assassin's Creed multiplayer is horrible now, and everyone's ruined it. Okay, fine. I see where this is going. Nolan's good at multiplayer games. Blah, whatever. It's not like I'm actively out to get y'all. I mean, come on. Here's the last letter from Chris Davis. Let's see what he had to write. Great. He fit a whole notebook in a letter, and he's written on every single, even the last page. Great. All right. Dearest Nolan, I find myself on a precipice from which I do not know I will be able to return. By the time you read this, I fear that I will be
beyond hope, in a state of mind that doctors tell me will cause me to make terrible decisions. I write to you now, staring at the empty pill bottle I was assigned by that court-appointed doctor, the last small gateway to sanity gone now for half a day. And it's all your fault. As part of a site-mandated horror week, we needed to find a multiplayer game for our Saturday community night. My eyes lit up at the chance to introduce the Hidden to the group, with the hope that it would become a staple at 4Player. To this day, I don't know whether your naive-sounding voice was a genuine or devious nature, as I briefed you on the nature of the game during our weekly site meeting, but I eagerly anticipated Saturday night. We began the evening as simple as any other. The horror began on the docks map. Do you remember it, Nolan? I initially found myself really enjoying both playing the game as well as your discovery of it, as introducing people to games that they've never played has always been a highlight of writing for me. It wasn't long before I succumbed to one of your grenades, but I wasn't fazed. Everyone was having fun, and even if I was dead for the next 10 minutes, that was what was most important. On the second round, I became the Hidden, and excitedly began to stalk my prey. On one fateful bound, I leapt from a rooftop to the ground, intent on introducing somebody to my blade, but a well-placed blast from your shotgun took me out. In the next round, you became the Hidden, and it's there, I believe, that the terror truly began. As you stalked us from parts unknown and whispered threatening things into your mic, you killed us off one by one. Some unnumbered amount of rounds later, you were finally killed, but it was clear that the bloodlust had taken hold of you. And so the cycle continued as we played long into the night. Some unfortunate soul would succumb to your buckshot, you would become the Hidden, and for the next few rounds, you would pick off victims one by one without remorse or pity. On high rise, you would purposely leap off the side of a building and wall jump onto the side where an unsuspecting hunter was quickly obliterated. On Train Depot, your grenades left us nowhere to hide and pray for salvation, but it was on Decay, a run-down, abandoned mansion in the middle of a thunderstorm, in which things truly became destructive. Within the confines of this desolate, poorly lit house of horror, your reign of fear truly came into its own. At one point, I was actually able to kill you as we played a daring game of chicken from behind a small wall. My shotgun blast barely outpaced your blade, and for a brief moment I felt victorious. I now realize that this was but a ruse, set up to torment me in some sadistic plan to make me feel strong when in fact you were just reinforcing your superiority as I was taken down no more than 45 seconds later. And who, you ask, was responsible for that kill shot? You, Nolan. With just a click of your mouse, you not only dashed my hopes and dreams for enjoying the game with my fellow 4PN staff and community members, you shattered any confidence I had of being on equal footing with you in any multiplayer game. The days and months that have followed have been one depressing turn after the other. That one night of gaming has altered my perspective of life itself. Food has no taste anymore. My cats ignore me, and days outside of work just feel empty. I sometimes smile, but those moments are few and far between. I want to make it clear, Nolan, that I don't hate you. I realize now that you are not so much a man, but a force in nature, built for the sole purpose of drawing people into multiplayer games with you before destroying them utterly, like an unyielding Poseidon to my long-suffering Odysseus. I one day dream of reaching the shores of salvation, but your long and unrelenting sea of indifference leaves me cold and lonely inside. And, like you playing as the Hidden, I find myself turning my gaze upon a kitchen knife and, ever so briefly, grinning. Your friend, Chris Davis.
God damn.